All right, so this question is also asking us to solve it using an equation. So we already solved it using the visual fraction model. Now we're going to solve it using an equation. So let's go ahead and write down the fractions that they gave us. We have 1/2, we have 1/4, and we have 1/8. Okay. What operation are we going to be doing? Again, the question is asking for an all, asking us to provide a total. When it says in all, it's asking for a total. Anytime you're being asked to provide a total, you're either going to be multiplying or you're going to be adding. Anytime you're multiplying, they're going to tell you in the word problem that there is something that's repeating. In this particular word problem, there is nothing that's repeating. Instead, each cat eats a different fraction of the box each day, and we need to find the total that they all eat together, which means we need to add. So in order to add, we need to have common denominators. Okay, so there are many different strategies that that we've used in class to come up with common denominators. One of them being skip counting. Okay, to find the multiples for each denominator, or we can just use our facts. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use our strategy of skip counting. I'm going to skip count by 2. All right, so we have 2, 4. Okay, now one of our denominators is 4, but we also have a denominator of 8, so I'm not going to stop there. 6, 8. Okay, so now I see that this 2 can also become 8. Now let's do the same test with the 4. We're going to skip count by 4. 4, 8. Hey, so this denominator can also become 8. And our last denominator for Tommy was already 8. Okay, so our common denominator is 8. Now, we want to show this using multiplication. All we have to do now is go back and see how many times did we skip count by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that means we're multiplying by 4. Whatever you do to your denominator, you want to do the same exact thing to your numerator. So since we multiplied our denominator by 4, we're going to multiply our numerator by 4 also, and that will change from 1/2 to 4/8. Okay, 1/2 is the same thing as 4/8. They're equivalent fractions. All right, so we really haven't changed much. We just changed the way the fraction looks. We renamed the fraction. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing with the 4. How many times did we skip count by 4 before we reached 8? 1, 2. Which means all I have to do is multiply my numerator and my denominator by 2, since we only skip counted 2 times to convert our 4 to an 8. All right, 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 2 is 8, and this one was already 1/8. Okay, let me back up for a second. 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. All right, now we're going to add, since they're asking us for a total. Again, we don't add our denominator, so our common denominator is 8, so it's going to remain 8. But we do add our numerators. So now we're going to add 4 plus 2, which gives us 6. Then we're going to add one more, which gives us 7. And our answer is 7/8. The cats eat 7/8 of the box each day altogether.